everyone, welcome back to the Creator Shelf, and you're joining me on a cold, drizzly day in Brussels. But yes, it's good to be here, and I'm bundling day 5 and day 6 together. So day 5's prompt was, what are my divination challenges? And this was interesting. I kind of was like, what is Papa Squirrel referring to? I think I had an idea, and then I saw Brian Papa Squirrel's video from yesterday, I think it was, and it was interesting. He had a really interesting take and discussion on something that he finds a challenge, and you know, I kind of had my own take, so I'm just going to give that, which is the thing that I find that's a divination challenge is actually just a general challenge. Now I feel a connection, and I don't know what to call what I feel the connection to. I don't always like using the G word, to be quite honest with you, but there is a spirit, there is an ultimate being, and an ultimate sense of, it's a sense actually more than even a being, but it's almost kind of like, you know, I always say when the Big Bang happened, there's a pulsar that goes out, and you can always know it because in the old days when we watched TV, and you kind of if you had a channel where there was no program on, it would be like fuzzy. You'd get this black and white fuzz, and the black and white fuzz is the actual pulsar from the Big Bang wave. That's what's known. It's kind of like the radio waves from that. It's picking them up, and I find that fascinating. That literally I'm seeing now the universe, and it's still expanding, right? And there's something about that pulsar. That's what I believe is you know, it goes through everything, and it goes through my being too. And I love that feeling of that energy. It's almost like I can. It's like a shockwave, but instead of it turning things bad, it helps bring that vibration into a space that, oh, I feel so good kind of thing. And so I always believe that, you know, I have my connection. I have something that I truly feel helps me. But there is more to it than just spirituality in that sense. For me, it's just really more about day-to-day stuff, right? Because that's where it really makes sense. And it's never perfect for me. I will have ups and downs, and I'm never on the beam. I'm kind of you know, it's the pendulum. And I'm just trying my best to keep that sway in a place which is okay for me. When it becomes extremes, it's just too much. It's overwhelming. I know some people are okay with that. For me, it's just too overwhelming. So, you know, my divination challenge, because that was the question, it's really an overall challenge, because how do I keep that sense of kind of you know, that sense of peace and calm, that serenity that I seek without perfection. Big there, it's not perfect. With imperfection, sorry, I should say. And what I've always found is that that's really the real work. That's where it's being done. And recently, you know, as you've all heard from me, blabber on, I'm going through a process where, again, I'm having to shed more layers. And as I do that, you know, today, I kind of I'm also working with the Connect With Your Deck series. I pull a card or two every day, answering those prompts. But anyway, I pulled a couple of cards today. I'm using the Animal Totem Tarot by Lisa Robertson. And some of the cards I got today, there was a few more, but I picked up the Seven of Wands. First, let me show you this one. And the Seven of Wands really is about holding ground, you know, and being able to really believe, not just defend, but I can't defend anything if I don't believe in it, but believe in the work I have done, the work I am doing, and the work I'm about to do. And one of the challenges I always have for me is that when I'm in the thick of anything, I forget that I can come through it. I kind of can forget that. And I am just really in gratitude to everyone around me who always says to me, you know, you will come through this. You have come through something like this before, or worse, or, you know, whatever. But that I can't see it, but it's there. And the reminder, and the other thing I had was a really good reminder yesterday, was that sometimes I've got to be careful to not judge myself so harshly for not being in the space that I want to be, because I want to be in a space where perhaps my connection, my alignment, whatever you want to call it, basically that feeling of just calm and integrity is there. And I can get really, really kind of upset when it's not coming to a point and I'm not resolving it, basically. And I had to be reminded yesterday that that judging myself for it was worse than the actual situation, which is true. Actually, it was the judgment that that was getting to me. So I don't know if I'm making sense to anyone, but anyway, it's been a good couple of days, and ups and downs as well. But this was a really great card in terms of challenges sometimes, but this also, this beauty. Now this is the Magician from the Animal Totem, and look at this card, it's just absolutely gorgeous. By the way, these are the backs of the cards, aren't they beautiful? But the Magician today was just, you know, it was the reminder that and I love the fact that here I was in the day, that way around, sorry for you guys. Here I was in the day, and now I'm shifting into the night. And it was really a great reminder that as I shift into night and those stars come out, to allow myself to use all my other senses. And this means really trusting that whatever I need, the treasure I need, because all the tools are there, right? But whatever the treasure I need, I can sense it under the ground. And that jump that it does, that, is it an Arctic fox? I don't know what kind of fox it is, but that jump that it does, it feels the vibrations, it senses them. And I love that. That's so gorgeous, right? That we can sense our next nutrition, our next fill, our next hunt. And it's okay. The inner magician is working away at it. And so, yeah, I kind of like had the challenge, but the solution as well today. And it was just beautiful. These reminders are just beautiful. And so I kind of like, you know, the next prompt was, and it's day number 6, right? Is what card best represents my spirituality currently. And so the other, I'm going to kind of like use my card is what represents my spirituality currently is this. I'm going to do a bit of a double whammy. And that is kind of like, again, here is the 9 of Swords. This is Tower of Oppositions. And here is the Star card. And what I got from this today was that I am going from a place where I feel this way and the swords are coming at her, to a place of clarity. And this time I can send the charge out. And I had pulled today also I pulled the Star card today in answer to this prompt. I decided to do a random pull. And I got the Star card upright, and it was a reminder again of hope. Have hope. And instead of like going for like trying to fill that jar from a place where there's really nothing, the land is dry, it's parched. She looks like she's I actually personally think she looks like she's pulling from those kind of waters which are not always healthy, but she's desperate, right? To go from that to actually being able to pour into the lakes, to be able to give to the stream of life. And you can see here as well, there is absolutely no vegetation, no flora. And here we have the beautiful, beautiful narcissus around her, daffodils. I absolutely love those narcissus. But yeah, I love this because it just reminds me, you know, that I am going to a place where I can pour it out. And the card that I started to think about when I saw this was also the same card from the Lightseers deck, where it goes back to, you know, what the fox was reminding me of, that sense it, because I can't see it, but there is a connection. So, you know, right now I'm in the fox territory, but it is there, that connection, and I can pour into the lakes. So this is kind of like, hopefully it's short enough, but this is kind of like currently where I'm at. But also, I guess, you know, my card right now that represents me is definitely, let me put them back up here again. Yeah, it is definitely the Star card. It's about hope, definitely hope. And let me put the Magician back in there as well, because he is so beautiful. And just trusting that I will find what I need, no matter what. So anyway, bit of a ramble, but there you go. And thank you for joining me this evening. And I will see you probably tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know which one, but have a good evening. Take care now. Bye.